Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you guys my May TBR. I know it's a couple days early that I'm filming this, but it will be up on May 1st on my YouTube channel. For May, I'll be doing a TBR jar challenge, which once I get the jar, I will show you guys how that all works. Basically you get a plastic jar or a glass jar, like a mason jar. You get partnered with somebody, you put 10 book titles in the jar, and then you have to film your drawings, and as you film, you pick one. Whatever you pick, you have to read for the month of May. So that's what I'll be doing for May, but I was going to show you guys my TBR. My first book for May is Save the Date by Mary Kay Andrews. I've never read her book, so I'm not sure what this is about or if I'll like it or not, but I'm really hoping I'll like it. It's like a contemporary romance from what I read on Goodreads and Storygraph, so I'm really looking forward to that one. Next two are part of a series called Waters of Time, which are Come Back to Me by Jody Headland and Never Leave Me by Jody Headland. I've never read her books before. This series jumped out at me though when I saw that I could request free art copies on Revel's website, so I did, so hopefully I will like it. It kind of hits home for me because it's about a father who passes away, and I lost my dad 5 months ago, so I really hope that I like this book, and I hope that it helps me through my grieving process. Next one is Well Matched by Jen DeLuca. I actually won a t-shirt with this book, which I will be posting on my Instagram and Facebook feeds when I start to read this book. So you guys can see the t-shirt coming in one of the photos next month. I'm really excited about that. Next one is The Beach House by James Patterson. I've never read any of his books because all the reviews I've read have either been good or bad or mostly bad, so I've been leery about reading his books. But I'm looking forward to reading this one because it sounds like it's like a thriller mystery at a beach house on the beach, so I'm looking forward to that. Next one is Holding the Dream by Nora Roberts. I've never read this series by her before, so I'm really hoping I like it, since Nora Roberts is usually my go-to contemporary fantasy romance author. Next one is The Dress Rehearsal by Jennifer O'Connell. This book is like 10 or so years old. I've never read any of her books, but I'm looking forward to this one since it's basically about a wedding cake shop owner. So next one is Jinxed by Carol Higgins Clark. I've read her books before, but I haven't read this one. This one seems interesting because it's part of the Regan Riley series, and I've read other Regan Riley books, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Next one is an arc I won. Well, actually, the next two are arcs that I won through Revel with their, not through Revel, through Barber Publishing, with their review crew, which is A Picture of Hope by Liz Talsma, however you pronounce that. I'm looking forward to reading this one since it's set in World War II, and that seems to be my jam when I'm reading about historical fiction. Next one is a nonfiction devotional book, it's just about resting when you feel exhausted. As I said, this book is about just resting when you feel stressed or exhausted from a daily life. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. The last one I read by her, I learned a lot from her book about just, taking it easy with life, because things do pop up or happen in life that are unexpected and we aren't in control of what happens in life. So next one is Jamina J by Jane Green. I didn't have a good time reading her other book, about the switch, so I'm hoping I'll like this one since it's set at a beach. So My next one, I won through the firstbookclub.com a few months ago, which is The Spanish Daughter. It's set in the early 20th century of Ecuador. I've never read books set in Ecuador, so I'm really looking forward to this one. My last three are Remember Me by Sophia Kinsella. I've never read any of her books, so I'm really looking forward to this one because everyone raves about her books and how good they are and how fun they are, and I love contemporary romance, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Next one is The Glass Palace by, hopefully I get his name right, Galos. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's set during the British invasion in 1885. I've never read about the British invasion of 1885, so I'm really looking forward to this one. And my last one is The Murder at the Courthouse by Anne H. Gabhart. Sorry about that. This one I actually won in one of her email newsletter giveaways, which she was so nice to autograph it for me and personalize it. You see that? I love when authors do that. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. I've loved her contemporary romance books. I just haven't read any of her mysteries, so I'm really hoping that I will like this one. Those are all the books for May that I plan to read. So far for April, I've only read 9 books, but I'm working on almost finishing book 10, which is The Rise of Riverstone by Mandy. And I'm liking it so far. I just feel like the chapters are a bit long for me, but I like the concept of the contemporary series. So I'm really enjoying that one. I don't think I'll get to read 21 books like I did in March, because April to September are usually busy months for me. Usually I help my mom do yard work and all that. So I know in the coming weeks I'll have to start doing that, and I won't get as much reading done as I would like, but I always try to get some done. If I have to, I'll do audiobooks with some of the books that I plan to read physical copies of. If I have to do audiobooks while I do yard work or anything outside, then I'll go that route to maybe get some more books read this month. I guess that's it for now. I hope you guys have a good April. I hope you had a good Easter. I hope May is good to you. May was a hard month for me last year, so this year I'm thinking about the 1-year anniversary of my dad's hospitalization that at the time I didn't know would lead to his death. So May is going to be a hard month for me, especially the 3rd week in May. But I'm going to try to get through May as much as I can and make it as easy to get through as